this whole thing. Yahoo for freedom. Yahoo for Australia.
Go Australia. You gotta save yourself.
Throwing those Australians on the Barbie, mate.
We see you, we hear you.
Yep.
We're out here for you.
We are here for you. Thank
You're
you.
not alone.
Yep. Another American hero right there. Yahoo! Captain America, all right. We've been waiting for you to show up and save the day. What is going on?
It's a work in progress.
All right.
I got a lot of stuff to do around the world. From here to Australia to Germany. I have to go back to Germany. I have to kick freaking Angela Merkel's ass.
Yeah, now I got to ask you something. Is she really Hitler's granddaughter? She really looks a lot like
You put a
Adolf
stash on her?
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
What's the story with that?
I'm just saying.
So, all right, Captain America. Well, thanks for agreeing.
Yep. Angela Merkel, I'm on my way.
That would be funny. But I'd still be out here, just so you know. And I know there's a few of them out here that come every weekend by yourself, and they do it. So, yeah, I really appreciate you guys. Okay, so we're going to march, right? And we're going to march with our gusto, yeah. But we're not going to be nasty.
Yeah.
We have got to make it known that we're not going to put up with this any longer. This is our country! And I am sick of fighting for it every weekend, aren't you? Every day, aren't you? And don't forget that these guys, just because they're losing in court, they tried to kill us, so that means that just because they're losing does not mean they get to stay. They all have to go, right? All of them gotta go! I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless America!
trained. You are true patriots, not the sunshine type that we've seen before, but you're true patriots. So congratulate yourselves and feel good about what you're doing, because for every one of you, there's 100 sitting at home and going, God, should I come out and do this? Or no, I'm just going to stay on my butt and watch TV and hope nobody takes away my job or my house or whatever. We're not those people, right?
Right.
We're the people who stand up. Now, Candace talked about force multipliers, so I'm just going to start with that. I was 19 years old. On my birthday at 19, I made my first parachute jump on my way to Special Forces in the 82nd Airborne. I spent my younger days, my formative years as a force multiplier, learning how to go behind enemy lines, get people on our side, and fight the assholes that have taken over. Right there, right? Well, guess what? You're the force. And you know what? What we learned in Special Forces is you're not going to get the best, you're not going to get the brightest, but you're going to get people who believe in the cause. And
We are the best, actually. Don't let him kid you. We are the best. We are the best.
Well,
This group right here is literally the best. All right, go ahead.
Just remember, we're not all the rich people. The rich people have something to protect. Well, we have something to protect too, and we believe in America, and that's why I think we're here. So I just want to talk about a few things. The first one is a little history lesson for you. I came down here after Trump got elected, right there in that spot, and there was a group of people, about 300 or 400 people. I come down here every year, and every year this crowd gets smaller, and it gets smaller, and the things they do to us get worse, and they get worse. Does anybody see a correlation in that?
Yes.
Yep. All right. Now, one thing that these idiots in the media are going to say, and I do mean idiots, I knew people in college that studied journalism. They didn't know anything about except journalism. These people are going to say, oh, those are all white supremacists, and this is about racism and whatever. Well, I'm going to tell you a little story about racism, and I'm going to start off by this. I'm running for Congress because the United States... Oh, thank you. You're welcome. Stand before that. I got a YouTube channel, by the way. I'm running for Congress because in 1996, the United States government, the Congress, passed a law that said, oh yeah, if you're a terrorist, if you are a human trafficker, if you are a communist, welcome to the United States. We won't keep you out anymore. So they filled up this country with the worst slime balls that, and I don't mean that generally, but I mean we got some real bad folks that got in here legally, not to mention the one that didn't get in here legally. Now, I spent 6 years with my wife, came from India. We spent 6 years, paid thousands of dollars, had to go through the whole rigmarole. She comes to America because she loves America. She grew up loving America. And why do we pay thousands of dollars to get my citizenship and they can just walk across the border? Well, how did Joe Biden win the election? And she's a Trump, she's a Trump diehard supporter, and she cried. She cried the night that Trump got the election stolen from us, right? So what we have is we keep coming to these things and we hear all the rhetoric, and there's no solution. Sarah is talking about solutions, and that's why I'm here. Stop buying Chinese shit. It is that simple. Don't buy anything from China. And I know it's difficult, but we need to start opening up American industries. And the only way we're going to do that is if we stop buying stuff from China. And these companies say, well, how are we going to make money? We got to find it. We got to get it from somewhere. Maybe they'll start bringing it back from America. So that's the first thing. Actually, the second thing. The first thing is we got to get the communists out. I spent all my life teaching. I went to Washington State University. I got a master's degree in education. Go Cougs. All right. I've been in Alaska, Oman, Saudi Arabia. I've taught here. And I can tell you right now that in other countries, those young kids, they are working their ass off. Why? Because we're giving the United States away and they're going to take it.
Yep.
They are going to take it, and they know Joe Biden is going to let them in here, and they're going to give them everything your kids should have had.
Yep.
Well, I'm saying there's no way in hell that is going to happen. Now, when we talk about China, I just want to, and I'm going to stop this because it's raining and I know you guys want to get out of here. This is not about racism. This is about a country that practices slave labor. They are genociding the Muslim Uyghurs or whatever. And we sit here in our schools and say, oh, slavery in America was terrible. Now let's go buy some crap from China. It was made with slave labor.
Yep.
Does anybody see the problem with that?
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. So, but as I close, I just want you guys to think: the real change does not come from outside. You have to change inside and make people understand what is really important for you and what's really important for America. You can't remote control your way out of this. I would say I had an alibi. I was in Oman and Saudi Arabia right after September 11th. I was the only guy in a small town in Oman, only American, and I went there to show them that we're not all warmongers, that we're not there to kill them all for George Bush's money and for that family's fortune, that we really love people of the world. And I think that that's what the message we need to spread, and we need to spread the fact that we are here for our children. And if we don't have children that have an education, we don't have a future. January 14th, I want to come down to Olympia, right over there, and I want to arrest Jay Inslee.
Block party! Can we come and watch? We're having a tailgate
You
party.
can come and join us.
Hell yeah!
January 14th, people.
Now,
Bring your barbecue!
not a recall, it's an arrest. It's much better than that. Well, the recall doesn't work. Nothing seems to work, but as things develop with the courts, we're going to see it. I don't know what happened with the Sixth Circuit yet, but I think we're still out. But when they declare these COVID mandates illegal, he's illegal. He is an outlaw, and he is no longer entitled to the rights of an American citizen or the protections of an American citizen.
Treason! Wait, can't we build gallows?
Huh?
Can we have one shipped in?
Well,
Isn't that the punishment for treason? Is the gallows?
A millstone. We got a lake.
Right now, we just want to be peaceful. We want to turn them over to the Thurston County Sheriff and let justice take its course. We're not vigilantes, but thank you. I like the idea. I like the way Sarah thinks. We're not vigilantes. We follow the law, because if we don't have the law, nothing protects us.
Do we know how
So I hope to see you guys.
system right now? Are we going to be able to get a judge that's going to follow through with this?
Hey, when they started the American Revolution, they didn't know what they were doing. They said, let's just do it and see what God will give us.
We follow the law until we start the revolution. Then the law is our law, the people's law. We make the rules.
Not yet.
We make the choices.
I want to
We
go
make
through
the
Culp.
decisions.
I'd like to have Mr. Culp come down and actually be part of it.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the plan. If anybody has a better plan, if anybody has a better idea, let's hear it. But for right now, I want to take Suzanne Delbeni's spot out of Congress. I'm going to go in and I'm going to support Trump 100%, because I just don't see any other ideas happening right now. But I will tell you right now, this is not about racism. This is about the human condition. And if we let these communists take over, they will destroy our spirit. And I'll just tell you one little story before I go. Let me say one thing. There's a girl that goes to our church. She married one of our missionaries, and she's from China. And she told us this story about how the communists came into her village and tore down the Confucius idols they had, the Buddhists and all that. Freaking communists just came and tore it down, right? Well, let me tell you something. I grew up like a dirt poor kid in Sequim. The only thing I had going for me was I knew God was on my side. And they don't want these kids to know anything about God, right? They want them dependent on the government, right?
Yep.
Be like little birds in the nest and waiting for the government to give you crap like vaccines. Well, I'm not going to go for that. If communism takes over, then we are no longer human beings. They're going to destroy our souls, our spirits, and then they're going to destroy us. So I hope we're not going to let that happen. Thank you all for your time. I'm Matt Heines, running the Worst Effect. Hey, thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Matt.
Matthew Heines. I'm a veteran. I'm a veteran of the 82nd Airborne. I took the oath, and I'm here to defend my state from the